Okay. Camera froze. Either you didn't want to hear that necessarily, or whoever this is going to be, said to didn't want to hear it. But either way, um, it needs to be said. If you don't say it, it's going to be said, one way or another. There is no avoiding the situation. Oops. So either say what needs to be said, or let them say it to you. Either way, right? Either way, bottom of the deck, Ace of Swords, Wheel of Fortune, Three of Swords, Ace of Cups, Queen of Swords. Let's break it down a little bit. Ace of Swords, Wheel of Fortune, again, it's faded. This cut is faded. Like, it's faded, like with the D, like, it's faded. Like, it's going to disappear and fade away. But also, it's fated as well. Jupiter also going retrograde. Guys, I forgot to talk about that. Surprise, here we go. It's just like retrograde on top of retrograde on top of retrograde right now. Like, these retrogrades are not playing. And about this, like I said, yeah, you're gonna feel this way. You're gonna feel a little hurt and betrayed, but it's gotta go because you're making way for new love. Hi, Aquarius. How are you? So you gotta make way for the new. You gotta make way for the new. Trust the intuition. Trust the intuition and just let it go. Tower moment. Let me just read the bottom of the deck here. My God. Bottom of the deck continued. Four of Swords, Eight of Pentacles, Eight of Swords. Rest. Working too hard to try and. Sorry about this glare right here. Let me do it this way. Maybe. There we go. Working too hard is going and not resting enough and using that work to avoid this tower moment or to try and escape the tower moment is not going, or to work, or working through the tower moment is not going to be well. It's going to put you in a very stuck position. Instead, rest. Just rest. Take a couple days after the full moon or after this stuff is said to think about it. Think about where you want to go, what you want to do. Oh my God. Okay, bottom of the deck. Here we go again. Four of Cups. You know where you want to go though, and it's gonna take some risks. But you know what? You know where you want to go because these risks are gonna bring you happiness, and it's gonna bring lots of good things, right? New traditions and new things, new family, a lot of really good stuff here. Again, rebirth, right? And the advice here is, if the conflict arises, again, somewhere along the line, pull back. Don't say anything. Just pull back and let it happen. Okay. Yep. All right. Just don't feed into it. If this is internal conflict in the sense of like, I'm not worth it, I don't deserve it, bitch, I will. The cards are like, we know. You deserve it. Yeah, you do. And Nine of Cups, if you're feeling stuck about your mom still after this, use this Nine of Cups energy and what you want your relationship to be with your mom, and think about that Six of Wands as well. What does that look like for that? And communicate that. Communicate to the people that you trust and that you want to, and even to her, maybe communicate to her what kind of relationship you want. If you want that stable relationship, then communicate that to her. Tell her, and then it's eyes on the prize, right? What do you want? What does this abundance look like? There we go. What does that look like for Daniel? 6 of Wands, 10 of Wands, Hermit, Ace of Pentacles. What's it looking like? Right? Because here's the thing. Once you can figure out what this looks like, you already know them then. That this bullshit ass offer that they're like, oh my god, so much money, da 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 da. You already know it's gonna be a load of bullshit. And if it's coming from an Aries, literally, if it's coming from an Aries popping up twice here. If it's coming from an Aries, it just gotta go. Gots to go because they're miserable right now. They're miserable and they want to make you miserable. Instead, just leave it in the past. Bye. Literally, there's nothing else to say there about that. If it's not, if this isn't, though, an Aries, and this is your dad, do not entertain. Don't entertain. This whole, no. Just no. Don't entertain. That's all I'm going to say on that. Star. Alright, so, once we figured out, what this is looking like, right? Now we can, we know what the dreams we want to shoot toward are. What are those looking like? Yeah, they're looking really good. By Leo season, I think they will really start to flourish a bit more, and you'll start to see them really come into play. And sure, you might be a little nervous. Of course. I feel like that's natural. And if you're not nervous about being successful, I feel like, then are you really going to be successful? Like I said, around Leo season, but here we are. Now you're in control. Not just like in control, like physically, but mentally, emotionally, you're in control of your destiny and where you want to go. It's really good. And it's a great feeling to be able to purge, and then see the results after, after the retrograde's over. Sure, the retrograde might have been harsh, but it was for the better. Because it's getting rid of things that you don't need anymore. Don't fight it. That's going to be the best advice. Don't fight it. Venus is here to bring you that abundance, but it's going to test you first and see, are you really ready for this abundance? Do you really want to move forward, or do you want to stay stuck? Do you want to stay stuck? The choice is yours. Because if you don't want to stay stuck, like I said, by Leo season, look how great things look. Things are looking pretty bombastic, right? Like, literally. Knight of Cups, right? You're feeling it. You're feeling that worth. Queen of Pentacles, worth, hello, abundance. Capricorn, by this point Saturn's in Capricorn, so now you're really going to feel that restructuring the last little bit of the retrograde. Here we go. Planting seeds, but also this is Saturn, pulling out what doesn't belong there anymore, restructuring the bullshit to better things. 7 of Wands, 2 of Cups, overcoming this and being able to plant new seeds, and that 2 of Wands, 3 of Cups, being able to not just travel but also again take risks to get you to new spots, to new areas in your life that you didn't think were possible. Page of Cups, creativity might take a little bit of a backseat right now, and it might be, or if you're working on creative projects, it might be a little bit of a slow progress, but that's okay. And the most important thing is communicate when you are feeling anxious and confused because we are our own worst critics and our own worst enemy. But you got this. Bam! There it is. Alright? A little scary, but big payoff. And it's going to be amazing seeing you blossom and flourish. Alrighty. There it is. Love you.